adulthood takes away fun.
Yeah.
Like the routine of things just makes everything gray. You just let me carry my trousers, carry my shirts. Like you have like a formula to what you're wearing. Yeah. You're wearing your grey pants, grey shirt, grey suit, black shoe. Go to work, come back, they okay. Like and I found that like with Tsitse, I wanted to bring back the fun. So even if it's a white shirt, you know that okay, something interesting with my outfit, and there's a little pep in your step. Like when you know you look fly, there's a way you walk, like you're just like speed through life. Like there's really nothing that Lagos can do to make you obsessed, because you know you look good. There's a level of confidence you have, and that's what I drew from for Tsitse.
Yeah. Recently, I've been thinking about how brands are built before people get to know the true meaning, or before people get to really understand the brand. And today I'm having a conversation with Tsitse. Tsitse is the founder and creative director of Tsitse. Tsitse is an African fashion brand, and they are driven by the significance and the importance of self-expression, individuality, authenticity, and comfort, right? Their design philosophy is rooted in Afrocentric and multi-ethnic cultures, and in their designs, they also try to merge tradition with modernity. So welcome once again, Tsitse.
Hello, hi guys.
How you doing? How have you been?
I'm well. I'm cool. I'm chilling.
That's good to know. I've been following up with your journey a lot. You've been doing like really great things in the fashion industry in Nigeria.
Guys, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's been a journey, but like slowly
we'll get there.
Yeah.
Eventually. Okay, so I think I'm just going to dive in and speak about your personal taste, because I think people see a lot of your personal taste in Tsitse today, right? So I would love to ask you, when did you first realize that how you style yourself could become a brand, basically?
I would say like for me, even like growing up, my end goal was always fashion. Okay. Weirdly enough, but so I wanted to be a pilot at the time, and I'll go to Yale for this, pilot for this amount of years, finish with a fashion brand. And that's just always been at the back of my mind. I think in terms of like the direction of how Tsitse has gone thus far, I think like you said, Tsitse is very much a reflection of me and like the headspace I'm at at the point in time that I'm designing. With my first collection, it was very bright and colorful, because at the time that was just how I was feeling. Yeah. Right. So I think in terms of how the brand or myself influences the brand, it just ebbs and flows as they go.
Just natural. How much, like today in Tsitse, how much of Tsitse do you think is still that your personal taste, and how much of that do you think it's his own thing?
So because right now it's very business forward. Okay. So a lot of people keep telling me, "Oh, you're not designing for yourself." What I am. I actually am, to an extent. So I would say kind of still the same amount, but in terms of how it's been expressed, has changed. So like the brand is still very much a reflection of myself, but in terms of maybe how I would express that has like matured.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm going to come back to that later on in this conversation, basically speaking about how you've been able to retain that identity that you started with, looking at all of the feedback you've been getting. Do you understand? But I think like it's really important for creative people when they're starting businesses to convert all of that taste that they have initially. I think a lot of people have that drive. Do you understand? They have ideas, there's a lot of creativity inside of them, but along the way, so that their brands can grow, can scale, they need to be able to convert that taste into like structure, basically, so that it's repeatable. I heard repeatable. Exactly. I heard you say something about you decided to have production issues, and people would do something one time, and for them to do it again,
it's odd.
It's a problem.
I find it so weird. Like, I remember thinking to myself, how does it make sense that you can't repeat what you just did? It's so odd, but I find that that's really what happens with like people. It's very weird.
It's
very weird.
It's a problem. So moving on to culture, right? That's a word people use very loosely nowadays, right? I would just love to find out what you think the difference is between referencing culture and actually translating culture with what you do in Tsitse today.
When you say translating, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean by translating?
So translating is not just naming, it's not just referencing patterns or things from the past. Basically, it's like how you combine all of that with what's going on today. Do you understand?
Okay, I get what you mean.
Yeah, and also like thinking about the future. Do you understand? Also kind of like making sure that people really understand what you're doing with all of these like historical references and traditional references. Do you understand? So it's like a lot of people just use all of that, but there's no meaning to it. So you just referenced culture, but you've not translated it.
Okay, I get what you mean. I think in terms of, because at the end of the day, like Africa right now is on the map for like creativity. So a lot of like, and that, to an extent, has always been a reference point for the West. That you see like the original like Louis Vuitton monogram references like a thing from Ghana, like a design from Ghana, and it's on and on and on. So I think in that vein, when you see something and you're like, oh, your first thought is, oh, how can I profit from this? Right. And you see that very often. And it's also a thing of like laziness, to be honest, the journey from referencing to translating. Because someone who's translating will always start at the reference. But then choose to dig deeper. Okay, how does this work? How does this make sense? What is the skeletal system of what I'm trying to reference? And then balance that with what you see today, because at the end there's nothing new under the sun. So the same like skeletal system will be the same. Do you get what I mean? So the journey from referencing to translating is just laziness. Because translating takes time. But if you're referencing, you're thinking, oh, how can I churn this out quickly? That's why you have Shein doing Ashwebi type dresses. Do you get what I mean? Because that's just reference. It's like, okay, how can I make this come out as quickly as possible? But translating takes world building. It takes different mediums of art to ensure that what you're passing across is passed across effectively.
Definitely. I totally agree with what she said. I think it's also like evidence in other industries in creativity. Do you understand?
That's why you have K-pop people doing Afrobeats. You don't actually, but you're doing it with beats that already exist. So like, there's this guy in London who does Afrobeats, but he understands what it is. So like because like it's the drums, it's the choir, it's the trumpets and things like that, right? But so that's translating, and like you understand what it is, you've done your research, right? But then you can also just, I guess, Afroface and just put it on. Okay, this was trending now. Let's go and put it off.
The story needs to be understood. The history, the identity, all of that. It's very evident in a whole lot of industries today. People just tend to say they are influenced by culture, basically, right? And it's not just in Nigeria, it's in Africa. Like people everywhere say, I'm influenced by this, I'm influenced by that. Even cultures from East Africa, North Africa, but it's like, how has that shown up in your work, basically? What's the meaning? What comes after you just referencing all of that? Basically, I'd like us to speak about like something that's really, it's something that a lot of founders, especially young founders, need to know about when they create businesses. So business, basically. Right? I think business education is like so important, and a lot of people overlook it, because when you have that idea, you just have that drive, passion, you understand, passion, and you just want to get into it. But we really need to make sure that it's not just raw creativity that's driving your business. You also need to understand that business. So I'd love to ask you, like, at what point did you kind of realize that creativity wasn't just it for Tsitse, that you had to be really intentional about business as well?
I would say when we were about to drop like our second release.
Okay.
Because the first collection, yeah, it was okay, but like feedback was basically non-existent. Like it was people just there was just no eyes.
Okay.
Right. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, these pieces are amazing. Why are you not looking here?
Yeah.
I promise you would like. I remember I woke up to someone like, do you like my color? Like I like try it.
Yeah.
Just try it.
Definitely.
But at that point in time you have to realize that, oh, okay, what is preventing people from looking at the product? If truly you believe that your product is good,
Yeah.
then the creative part is done. It's time to look at the business, because the business entails getting people to look at the pieces. How does your market respond to that, and reacting in good way,
Yeah.
like in good time, in good speech, because now you have to like be as polite as possible and things like that. So because if you say your product is good and you have done everything you can do with your product, then that's the end of the creativity, because what more can you do? You have to now find a way to sell that creative piece, and that's mostly what you're doing in business. So it means you kind of need to know this first. That's why you would see brands that like you're like, this item is not fine now. It's not. It's not just
Boys,
okay, but it's the business that's making it sell.
Exactly.
So you have to focus on that.
Yeah, I think I remember you said the first name of your collection.
Yeah, was Mowari.
Mowari. Yeah.
It means I have arrived.
I have arrived.
Yeah.
Okay. That's like a term from what?
Shekiri. So I'm Shekiri. So my brand is like, I won't say Shekiri brand, but like very heavily influenced by Shekiri culture.
I understand. You also mentioned that you've had like production challenges in the past. So just trying to understand how you thought about business basically in those scenarios. How did that influence your trust about process? Like what you needed to do to improve that whole situation? Do you understand?
So with production in Nigeria, it's very much a structural problem. Minus the availability of talent, it's also very much a structural problem.
Yes.
Because there's no support from the government. So it's like it trickles down into everything else.
Yes.
But before I started Tsitse, there were a bunch of things that I knew to myself to be true. Like I knew that I'm not going to bring production in-house for a minute because I don't have the strength. Like I'm not a customer-facing person. We have a customer rep for that. I knew at the time that I needed to hone those skills and things like that. So I was like, okay, I clearly cannot deal with artisans at this point in time, because in my mind it's like, okay, we need to make sure that the product is good and effective and available to sell to a bunch of people, because in my head we're going to sell out 500 pieces, sell out. So I felt like I needed a structure that was available to make those pieces. So that's why I knew for the fact that I wanted to go with the route of production. Yeah. So it was a matter of finding what production house worked for me and could do the pieces I wanted with the detail that I wanted.
Okay.
So going into that, I already knew those things to be true. So when I was looking and searching, I knew what I was looking for from the jump. So even when like problems arose, I'm like, okay, no, this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is the time that you're giving yourself.
Stay
the course.
How's that working out now? Same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for now, I work with people that I trust. So if you've made, in my head, I'm like, okay, if you've made this design, you should probably be able to make this design. But let me give you the design to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I now, previously where I would have given one person an entire collection, I look at the different people I have available to me. I'm like, okay, this person, you're good with trousers, or take all the trouser designs. This person, you're good with dresses, okay, take all the dress designs. This one, you're good with structure. So I now play to each production's strength, instead of trying to make everything in one space because you want to seem quote unquote organized.
Yeah,
it just makes sense to play to their strength, because why would I give trouser skits?
Yeah, so it's safe to say that right now you've hacked that whole production.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, but I guess to an extent, I figured out that okay, just simply play to people's strength, which makes sense. Like, why would I come to you for a dress when I know that what you can do is it's jackets?
Yeah.
Like, let me just simply give you what it is. But at the time, there's the illusion of how things run. It's like, oh, everything is done together. in-house. Like that's what is passed across.
Yeah,
Right, that's what's
externally.
portrayed.
Yeah.
But by the time you enter, you're like, it's not possible for one person to do everything. Let me just spread it out, and you're able to work effectively, work faster, and do what I need. So yeah.
I think that's why it's really important with what you've just explained, understanding the business aspect of things. Basically, I think in the early phases, that creativity, that style, that taste is what attracts like a lot of people, basically. But for your brand to actually grow and attract more people, there needs to be all of that whole business education.
For sure, because like it's the way the customer feels that brings them back. Repeating customers is what keeps the business in business. Because I can't you can't consistently have new customers. It's the people that come back and say, "Oh, I bought a kidney from this person. No, let me come back," and that's what keeps the business. That's how you know that you actually have a good business, and it's the structure and the business structure of it is what keeps them coming back.
One statement I remember from your interview with Marie Claire. So you spoke about how there's sometimes this external pressure, right? That can make you want to dilute your brand, right? And I think we have to like always try to retain that identity. Do you understand? So I spoke about this earlier. I was going to ask you this question. I would like to ask you, in Tsitse right now, how do you kind of like stand your ground? Because I know you may get pressure from, first of all, your customers, your family, your friends. How do you push back, stand your ground, and let them know that, Tsitse has this very special or peculiar identity and I can't water it down for anything? How do you do that? How do you do that, and what does it cost you?
I think to an extent, in order for your business to, in order for you to start a business, you have to be stubborn.
Yeah.
Like you cannot be somebody who is very easily malleable and start a business and succeed. Because at some point in time, like I remember my dad used to always say, you're the only one that can see your vision. You can pass it across in like words.
Yes.
But that creates a vision in the person's mind, not your vision. Do you understand? Like when you're reading a book, you're painting your own image. It might not necessarily match the image of the author when he was originally writing it. So you're the only one that knows.
People understand what they want to understand.
People understand whatever they want to understand, but you're the one with the original vision. You have to guide that. You have to protect that, because that's the only thing that keeps you going.
Definitely.
So if it's my vision, I'm the one that is seeing. Whoa, you better move to the side, because you can't then come to me. Obviously, I would take on your advice and like listen to it and things like that, but it doesn't mean that I have to implement it. And like the older you get, the less you have to explain yourself to people. Like I'm at an age where like what do you mean by why?
Yeah.
I've said it. If you want to take it, you stay. If you don't want to take it, you go. Like there's no why. I don't have to explain myself to you, because I know what I'm working with. I know the vision I'm seeing. I know where I'm trying to go. Because at the end of the day, no one is as invested in the vision as you are.
Yes.
It's yours. Like you have to protect it.
Has that cost you anything, even in like the early phases?
Obviously you have fights. You have fights. You go back and forth with people, but I think the longer you stay in it, the more people get back on board. So the people that you fought at the beginning, because they couldn't see, like you're telling them, trust me, guys, believe in me. But the more that vision comes into fruition, the more they're like, nothing we're saying that time. Well, actually, it makes sense. So let me support you now. Because now you're on board, but you're on board now that the vision is in front of you, like to an extent. So eventually the people that you fought with and things like that, because you stayed your course and you protected your vision, they will eventually come back on board. Whether it's real or it's fake, or you don't know, but they will come back on board.
I agree that most of the time, like as leaders, as founders, we have that vision. Do you understand? But there could also be some times that maybe we have to adjust. So are there any times that you actually thought about it and were like,
for sure,
to adjust?
Of course, but
how can you
it has to be something that. So for me, usually if I'm unsure about a design, I know that I need feedback. So if I design something, I'm like, I don't know. So I ask for feedback, and then I take on the feedback. I'm like, okay,
Okay.
what works? And also, because I'm very particular about what my brand looks like and how it's perceived, I can see a design and be like, this is nice, thank you very much, but this is not Shishe. I
Okay.
can make it for myself. I like it. I'll wear it, but
But
this is not my brand.
yeah.
So, and I think that like the longer you stay, the more you grow in what
Yes.
it is, the clearer your language becomes, and then
Definitely.
you're able to say, oh no, this is because even you can be like, oh no, this is not MetaCraft design
Yeah.
for sure. It's
Definitely.
nice, it's good. It's not. I'm not saying it's bad, but this is just not from. This doesn't represent my brand. So
Definitely.
the longer you stay in those things, the more you're able to discern. Okay, here I need help. This is good, but this is not me. Okay, I can take this on. Let me see how it goes.
Okay. So basically, things have to happen in those early phases when you're still like
It will
conceptualizing.
happen. It's not even like nobody is causing you anything, but you just don't know. It's the same way when you're starting whatever, you stumble. So it's not even like somebody is even cursing you or like saying bad things about you. Like things will always happen
Yeah.
because like each business has its own early stages, like different versions of the early stages. So
Yeah.
even if we're both in fashion, like the challenges your businesses in the beginning might not be the challenges that
Same
are
thing.
my own. So you have to go through your own challenges
Yeah.
and then you adjust your business model according to those.
I think we all face those challenges in the beginning, and it's
Mhm.
very difficult to actually tell. I mean, you know, because you're still young, you're still figuring out a lot of things at that point. So it might be difficult for you to tell or know what kind of feedback to accept. Do you
Yeah, but
understand?
it's also like they say insanity is when you're doing the same thing over and over again, expecting
Yeah.
different results.
And it's
At
not,
some point, when you have done your way, first time, second time,
and
third
it's not
time,
working.
come and give me advice, please.
Yeah.
Nobody will tell you before you go and ask for,
Yeah.
and that comes with learning as you go
Yeah.
along. Like, because when you're first starting, who wants to tell you that MetaCraft is not good? Whoa, like man,
That craft is the best.
who wants to tell you that? Is that youthful vigor? Like you're like,
G gets.
I'm the best in town.
G gets.
Very soon you will say, actually, I need a mentor.
On the newest, do you understand? I have that
Yeah.
energy. I want to understand what like growth and scaling means to you and Shishe. So it's like how you've spoken about some of the plans you have for your brand, but then it's like when you are growing or when Shishe grows, what is something that you don't want to lose as your brand becomes bigger? Yeah, what's something that like you're afraid of losing if there is something?
The whimsicalness.
Playfulness.
Yeah, like childishness to an extent. Like adulthood takes away fun.
Yeah.
Like the routine of things just makes everything gray. You just let me carry my trousers, carry my shades. Like you have like a formula to what you're
Adulthood.
wearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wearing your gray pants, gray shirt, gray suit, black shoe. Go to work, come back, they okay. Like
Yeah.
and I found that like with Shishe, I wanted to bring back the fun. So even if it's a white shirt, you know that okay, something interesting with my outfit, and there's a little pep in your step.
Okay.
Like when you know you look fly,
Yes.
there's a way you walk. Like you're just like skipping through life. Like there's really nothing that Lagos can do to make you upset because you know you look good. There's a level of confidence you have, and that's what I drew from for Shishe.
Yes.
Like the joy of clothing, the joy of like dressing up in the morning. Like like in secondary school when you're about wait, this is the first day of school, you lay your clothes out because you know that I have one new shoe I'm going to go and wear to school. Like
And so
people
show
will
that
know,
Steve.
yeah. And that's what I wanted people to feel when they wore
Yeah.
Shishe. Like every time they wear Shishe, I want people to feel rainbows, And for me, that's the one thing I'm fighting and will continuously fight to keep and maintain
Yes.
with Shishe label, because with growth and like business structures and things like that, you're looking at the numbers
Definitely.
and you have to sell. So it's very easy for you to fall into the trap of like recreating the same thing that people have liked over and over again. Oh, I'll do it in red, do it in green, do it in purple, do it in stripes, do it in polka dot,
Yeah.
because it's formulaic. Like that's what makes the business grow.
Yeah.
but that also takes away the whimsicalness of things, because sometimes the most whimsical outfit might just not sell,
Okay.
but you do it for the art of it. Like you do it because this is my creative outlet. It's 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 out into the world
Yeah.
types, So that's my fear. I hope and pray that like I'm able to just maintain the childishness of
Yeah,
things.
that taste. I think this is a concern for a lot of creative people, right? Naturally, as things progress in the professional world, there's this constraints or boundaries that we have to always consider as things
And
go
even just
on.
convenience.
Yeah,
Like, because I've even recently I found myself like, oh, I wear big pants, little shirts. Like
yeah,
me, I'm always in a tank top. And I had to sit back and be like, how can that be how can that be a uniform? Like that doesn't make any sense. I need to switch up my wardrobe, and because it's convenient, like that okay, if I wear with this, I'm going to look good. Okay, it works, gets the job done. Let's
yeah.
go. But that's not like it's the little joys that make life worth living. Like gets the job done eventually leads to depression because everything just becomes very monotonous.
Yeah,
And so it's the little joys.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I just hope everybody, right, creative people in general, just have a way to find their way in balancing all of that originality that they have with like all of the external pressure that comes basically, and balancing that with demands from their work or the business side of things basically. I think that's what keeps that creative spirit alive
Yeah,
at
but
the
also
end.
just finding like another creative outlet,
Yeah,
because at some point in time the creative outlet that you have turned into a business becomes a job. So it's those little joys of like impracticality
yes,
that are then your creative outlet. But
yeah.
also just find another outlet to. I want to take up paper machine now because clearly designing and sketching is stressing me out. So I need to go and let me start painting,
Yeah,
and things like that. So if you should, as a creative, you should constantly just always side quest.
yeah, definitely. I don't think, as a creative person, I don't think your thing can just be one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like ways to express that creativity.
Mm-hmm.
That fire that's burning inside of you.
Yeah.
For Shishe, what structures could you put in place to make sure that all of that originality survives?
I'm not really a micromanager. Like
Okay.
as an individual, I don't really have the strength to be. If I tell you one time, two times, just be doing. I don't have. I don't. I'm not going to be on your neck. Like that's not me as a boss.
Okay.
So when I am looking for people to collaborate with, I look for people who speak the same creative language as I do. And sometimes the complete opposite, because there's fun in variety.
Yeah.
So, but I have to work and collaborate with people that I know are excellent at their job.
Okay.
So for me, if I know that I've hired somebody who is good at their job and can translate the same creative language that I want to, I don't need to stress
Yeah.
because this person is there doing what they need to do. So that allows me to be sure that the creative language of the brand is passed across effectively.
Yeah.
Because when I'm hiring, okay, are we all speaking the same creative language? Do we understand the vision? Cool. Go and do what you need to do. That's generally how I've always been. Like I need to make sure that like there's excellence on the table.
Yeah.
And you understand what I'm passing across.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Go and do your job.
This also speaks to how you work with like other creatives, and also just a general thing about talent in Africa, which I've kind of like been going into lately. It's like I don't think Africa lacks talent. I think there's a bunch of creative talent
for sure.
in Africa. It's just like there aren't structures in place basically to develop.
But
there's
a level of nonchalance.
Okay, from like
I
the system.
find the system and the individuals. Because the system can only work for you if the individual makes sense.
Okay.
Do you understand? And I find that people use creativity, quote unquote, to cover up the lack of excellence. Like you need to I don't think creativity should prevent you from
refinement.
Yeah, exactly.
Training.
Yeah. That.
Okay.
And I find that people are like, oh, I'm not creative. Okay, but your paint is not opaque.
You don't know. Do you understand?
You've not actually primed your canvas.
Yeah.
I know that I'm not even a painter. Why don't you?
So
I'm a creative. Okay, but your finishing is not good. So that's the level of excellence, which is why I said excellence first. Then we can now speak the same creative language. Because if you're speaking the same creative language, but I'm producing excellence and giving out excellence, and you're coming to me to be, oh, I understand your style. You don't understand my style if your finish is not good. There's no way you can understand my style. So in terms of like the structure, I find that because the encouragement for arts and the creative isn't started young.
Okay.
Usually you would, is when you see your talent in old age, you're like, what can I do? How can I side quest?
Okay.
You side quest your creativity, and then you start making money, and you're like, oh, okay, this can be my job. That's usually how it works, how it happens in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Right? It's not something like, you don't have people who are trained from young to be a painter.
Yeah.
It's not something that happens often. It's when you the person, you say, oh, I have talent, I can draw. Okay, let me use that in the future. Do you understand? Like, and I find that lack of attention to the creative,
lack of support,
to the arts, is what leads to the nonchalance in the future. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so definitely. The lack of education and the lack of refinement, and just because the discipline that is needed to be a creative, like, creativity is nice and the flows and ebbs, but there's a level of discipline that's required for you to be able to
produce. There's also a level of education.
Yes, exactly. But that's not prioritized in this part of the world. It's like, I mean, I guess now to an extent, maybe, I hope this new generation of parents, but just because we're in a system that works against you to an extent, you kind of rely on the corporates, because at least I will get my salary.
I think even when individuals have some sort of knowledge about this, the environment still doesn't allow them to do anything.
Yeah, because everybody is fighting for survival. Like, so I'm thinking, oh, why should I give you this that I hustled and suffered for?
Yeah.
You go and hustle and suffer your own now, like, you know, things like that. But it's like, why should this person hustle and suffer when you have the information? What are you using it for? You have already gathered the information, okay?
Yeah.
Like, what you actually using the information you're just sitting on? Pass it on and make this person's life a little bit easier. Like, why should they suffer because you suffered? You know, it's just that weird concept of like grass to grace.
Yeah.
We must all go through the trenches. No, we really don't.
We really don't.
We really don't.
Yeah. This brings me to something that we should actually have spoken about earlier in this conversation. Again, referencing your interview with Marie Claire, you spoke about how, you know, young creatives and founders tend to be exploited, you know, when it's clear that they lack experience. Can you share more perspective on that? Like,
I mean, it's just the system we live in.
Yeah.
Like, we really do live in a dog-eat-dog world where, like, people are not thinking long term. People are thinking, how is my tomorrow going to be okay? And my literal tomorrow, not even like, oh, tomorrow future.
Yeah.
Sleep and wake up 24 hours, you know. So there's that like level of, oh, I need to be smarter than you. Like, you're the mug here. I need to take as much as I can from you. And who else can you take advantage of than somebody that is ignorant? That's like prime suspect, like just nice catch.
Fresh
you know, meat. Fresh meat, literally. So, and that's just the system we live in. So, as a young creative going into it, which is why education is important.
Yeah.
Because if you have the base education, nobody can play with you. Nobody can play in your face. Even if they do, you will not suffer as much as others.
Yeah, it won't be as painful.
It won't be as painful. But you have people who just packaging, claim, oh, I know, I don't know. And you are there thinking, okay, I'm trusting this person as a expert in my field.
Yes.
Meanwhile, this person doesn't know anything. It's all just
but they're the ones that actually know and
choose not to. Yeah.
Deliberately like take advantage of you.
And then even this new like thing of like master classes and things like
Yeah.
that. So I have a very, very controversial opinion about that, but that's another story for another day. But that in itself is also another way of like, I'm not saying knowledge should be free. That's not what I'm saying. Like if you put in the work to, but you cannot, like, why should I pay to know how to how not like branding or something like that? Like, those are like easy stuff. Like it's just, I don't know if you know what I mean, like light work, and then you are doing masterclass for that. Really? Do you need the money that bad? Like it's not that serious. But and because everything is so gate kept, that's what even prevents knowledge from going around. Because how many people, I'll pay masterclass here to learn ranching, pay masterclass here to learn accounting, pay masterclass here to learn taxes, pay masterclass because you are here trying to search the knowledge too, but it's to better what you're trying to do and improve your business and whatever.
Yeah.
But the knowledge is just not available because we live in
Yeah.
a system that does not believe in educating for the arts.
Okay. Just going back to what you said earlier. So I'm trying to like generalize all of this.
Mhm.
So would you say like education is kind of like hoarded
Yeah.
right now?
It is and isn't, because obviously you have the internet, but
would you blame the individuals for actually selling their knowledge?
at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you what you can or cannot sell. But I do think it's a system thing, because if the not, like, there's some of the master classes you just would not find in the West because they have the education that is needed. I can
like
go
base knowledge.
Yeah, I can go and study Renaissance arts in university, and I will gather all the knowledge I need. Do you get what I mean? But you don't have those things, or you're not encouraged in those areas here.
Yeah.
So that's what causes all of this situation. Yeah, where like people are hoarding knowledge, or you have to pay for knowledge and pay for little things when it should just come as base.
Yeah, I definitely understand that aspect. I feel it's just it's just a societal thing.
It's a governmental structure, to be honest. Like where importance is placed. Like importance is just not placed on
exactly
those things. Yeah, those things. And we still live in a generation where people don't take the art seriously. I had someone who was working for me, and she said, her dad said she should go and work somewhere real first.
Somewhere real?
Yeah. Somewhere real. I'm like, mad though. Like, but I can't also blame the father, because this month I can have money. Next month I might not have money.
It's like people are reacting to reality.
Yeah, people are reacting to what it is, but like it's still a business regardless. And it's still like it pays my bills, so it's clearly something real.
Yeah.
But I guess because we live in a system where like you're fighting for so many things, it's better just not to fight, like not to have the ebbs and flows of creativity. Let me just have the assurance of corporate and all that.
Yeah.
This will always be there.
Yeah, I also share that belief. I don't think it's a belief. It's kind of like our reality. The arts, creativity, all of that is not just taken as seriously as it should be. This is also, largely a government thing or a system thing. I think it's better in the West, like you said. A few years ago, they started the whole Ministry of Culture and Arts and all of that. Well, I really don't know like what changes, what intentional actions or things that can be done, right, to start to sway us away from all of that backward thinking. Do you understand? I know there's a lot of like private companies and individuals that are pushing things forward, basically, but I still think that we need support from.
Like it needs to be a structural.
It needs to be a very structural thing.
It's really just plug and play. Like the art idea, you just put it into the system that you have for the medicines and the finances and all of that. Like, but even then, education is just it is well. But yeah, so I think once those things are taken seriously, then it even allows for the variety and the diversification of the economy.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you just have a well-rounded flow.
It helps a lot of things.
Yeah.
Taking it back to talent, do you understand?
There's so much talent in the country. There's so much talent in the country. I saw one boy doing ballet in the trenches. And I'm like, imagine if he had the right equipment. Imagine if he had
Yeah.
like the standard of the West.
Yes.
Where would he be? If you're able to overcome all these obstacles and still provide greatness, what would you now do when you have a functioning system?
A proper
and
environment. It's very
adequate
supportive. We've been speaking a lot about growth. I wanted to ask you what you think that's actually means for Tsitse, besides just going international and maybe even exhibiting in international spaces and all of that. But to the core, what does that mean for Tsitse?
I mean, like I said before, Tsitse label is a Shekiri brand owned by a Shekiri woman.
Okay.
And one of my two like I would say goals in life, one is to aid in the like knowledge and just passing on the understanding of the traditions of Shekiri people.
Okay.
Like just the general ancestral knowledge. I really do believe that because we're not a lot in the world. Like in total, I think we're like right around 2 million or so.
Okay.
In total. So it only makes sense for the oral tradition and just the general traditions of the people to keep being passed across in order for us to remain and not go extinct.
Yeah.
So there's that. Two, I find that on the African continent, I think there's so many things that we have that are not known, like we as people are not aware of the level of resources that we have. There's cotton grown and made in Nigeria.
Okay.
We have indigo dye pits, we have locally sourced gold, silver, gems, all sorts. And that's one thing that I really want to explore as much as possible. What I also want to do is, for me personally, because of colonialism, a lot of our dress styles and the things we used to wear prior to colonialism is lost because of the lack of documentation and education.
Like
so
preservation
of our cultures. Yeah, exactly. So that's one thing I want to do.
Okay.
Go back in time and figure out, okay, what did we used to wear? Because even like things like Iran Buba is modernized versions of what they used to wear. Like the things we know now are actually like the modernized versions of the actual outfits. And I wonder, because how is it that we know what the French used to wear, Rococo and all of that, Elizabethan era and things like that? We don't have that for not even just Nigeria, just the African continent, because of the amount of exploitation that was done on the continent. But that knowledge has to exist somewhere. So I guess just knowledge in general is my end goal for growth.
Yes, and our culture, I think this just takes us back to the conversation about translation of culture, basically. Right? I think this exists in a lot of spaces, right? We have a very rich culture in Africa generally. And like it's up to us to really like show that now.
It's
up how we
to show it, preserve it as much as possible, because documentation oh my god, preservation and documentation is so important. Because I find that what's happening now is we keep looking forward, like we're forgetting the past, and it's scary, because at some point you look back and you're like, oh, where did I come from?
Do you understand? It's like that preservation of identity, because we have like so much stories from the past. Do you get?
But even our cultures, like because most times when people say, oh, and the culture, Yoruba culture, Igbo culture, if you actually look at the culture you're referencing, it's culture from colonialism upwards. Like it's not
the roots.
What your people were doing when everyone was connected, like that's not the culture. So like, how do you
it's not from
preserve that
and days,
it's really not like the culture we keep talking about. Oh, this and that is from the white man, like it's from the influences of the white man. You need to, it's so important to look back, because you would, the sense of identity that comes from that is unmatched. Like imagine knowing that that your family 10-12 generations ago was doing this, that and the other, and that's mainly what fuels creativity. Like identity is what fuels creativity. What, how I see myself.
Yeah.
How do I want to be expressed?
Where I'm from.
Where I'm from, things like that. And I find that like I think as especially in Nigeria, like we're really slowly losing it. Like it's so scary to watch in real time.
I think we are, and even in design spaces today, I think I see that problem. You would only find just a few creatives who really know their culture, first of all, and who are trying to export it in the best way possible. Yeah. Do you understand? Because some people claim that they do know where they're from, they know their culture, but it's not being represented in the proper way. Do you understand? It's like we know it, but we need to export it in a way that it can be understood. Right.
Yes, the understanding.
Yeah.
That part. That's very, very important. Like exporting it in a way that makes sense, that people can digest.
In a way that it still tells the stories, still documented in its original form, basically.
Well, if we're talking about history, we won't go far. Because I find but that's I guess the like globalization of things, but it's scary. Like imagine, because you will look back one day and you're like, where is even my village? But nobody has villages anymore.
Do you get?
Nobody really has villages anymore. Like your village now, there's roads. Like you don't have those things anymore. And that's why you even like down to music.
Yeah.
Like people are like, what does Afrobeats? What is Afrobeats? How did we get here? How did we get here to the question of what is Afrobeats? Things like that, because of the exploitation with the lack of preservation.
Yeah.
Everything just gets watered down.
Yeah.
And gets muddled.
That's kind of how they call it globalization.
Exactly. Everything just becomes one brown mess. And you lose the root color of the red, the green, the blue, and things like that. Everything just becomes one brown muddy situation. Thick. Yeah. That's your creativity. Nah.
So basically, I just wanted to speak about the importance of how we need to stay true to our identity and originality of our ideas, which become our brands when we're trying to grow. Do you understand? And also just know when it's becoming diluted, basically. And also kind of like know the structures that are able to help us in that process. It's like we have all of these great ideas, and tomorrow we want to be the next big thing. We want to be global, but we need to always just remind ourselves of that structure, that process that we have to put in place to make sure that all of the tastes, like we've been speaking about, all of that personal taste and originality, style that we had in the beginning can still be like taken over to that side and retained, basically. Thank you so much for coming to speak with us. And I think this conversation will be really insightful for like a lot of key players in the creative industry. Do you understand? Not just people from fashion, like young founders, business owners, people from the business side as well.
And just it's important to just continuously like stay the course. Like, as a creative, they'll tell you, be realistic. Don't be realistic. Be delusional.
Be very delusional.
Be very, very delusional. I mean, within reason. But
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.